Doing research with real users can be time consuming. And not only that, but we often have a sliver of the types of users, the personas, the breadth of information that we have. And while AI isn't a user and is never going to be as good as talking to, hearing it from the horse's mouth, when you can run research every single day with an unlimited amount of users, and you can run it at over 1,000 users, 10,000 users, 1,000,000 users at once, and be able to get consensus, look through that reasoning, understand this type of information in aggregate, it really does act as a form of research that can really empower and inform your teams on what to do or how to position a product or how to think about it. Now, we've been running evals on Build Better ourselves, and I'm going to walk you through some of these experiences so you can see like the different types of personas that we've generated, and these are high-level personas. I can also create a dedicated persona, so I could use a prompt and I could say, CS leadership or something like that here, and I can generate some types of prompts from here, and I can see the types of personas. But what we found is that the synthetic personas are about 80% as accurate as a real person. Now, where that 20% of accuracy that we lose is often immediate things. So like a priority change, a goal change for that individual person, some type of relational change or something like that that we just don't know and we can't know. But from a directional perspective, from an accuracy perspective, it's very, very, very good. And not only that, but you can see here, we're associating it to an existing persona that we have at Build Better. You can see a description for each one of these things. I can add them, I can select them, I can generate a persona based off of those. Now, what I can do with those personas is I could create a panel. So I can talk to an individual persona one by one. So I could just open up the product discovery person, and I can see that this person's an IC. They're at a company about 5 to 100 employees. I can talk at this persona. I can talk with this persona, and you can just see how much detail we put into each persona. We have goals for them. We have needs. We have motivations. We have behavior. We have preferences. So every single time you ask a question has an understanding of all of this information for this persona. So it's really, really, really in depth. It's not like, pretend like you're a product manager at a B2C company. It's like very, very, very in depth. You can talk at the persona, so you can pretend like you're having a conversation with the persona in first person, or you can talk with the persona. So pretend like you have someone else that is like a mediator between you and the persona. You can create panels over this. So for example, if I wanted to go into our pricing page and I wanted to look at our run, so I can, create a new run study. I can also generate a bunch of iterations. So you can open up this matrix builder and you can select all these personas, for example, and the different types of company archetypes. And you could create like 140 variants of each one of these personas. So you really get like an in-depth view of like, maybe it's a person with the same title has different goals. Maybe the person at a different company has different priorities. Maybe this company cares more about security. Maybe this company cares more about privacy. So like there's all these different types of variables that can go in. You can create these massive studies. If I were to go through our runs and I were to go to like our pricing, for example, so I gave it our pricing page, and I just said, okay, from run through our pricing, how do they react to this? What is their sentiment? And you can see here, like what's the highest score? I can see the verdict, the summary, and the reasoning behind that summary. And then I can also talk with that specific persona. It also pulls in signals as evidence. So it's not just pulling from thin air. It's like, hey, people have already reacted to this in the past. And I'm using that context to be able to source out and understand a type of consensus. And so you can see here the top 3 negative. You can see the top 3 positive. You can see it's broken out by persona type here. You can see the sentiment extraction as well. So, most people are pretty positive. And then I can also see a summary from each one of these reactions. I can filter by specific labels or specific people within those labels. I can, delete that. I can kind of go through here. So you can see here, I have like all of this information and I can go through them. I can see the summary. I can inspect the individual and I can chat with all of these, and all of this is at your fingertips. So now you can run synthetic research over real data from all of your customer knowledge. You can create hundreds, if not thousands of personas. You can run research every single day with real users' data and be able to understand, okay, we're building out this new copy. We're building out this new marketing website. We're working on this new feature. We're developing this new idea. We're thinking about a new concept. How would these personas react to it? How would these users react to it? It's incredibly good. I can't wait for you guys to play around with it and and get some usage out of it. We have been absolutely loving it and getting a lot of great feedback from it. And it genuinely has helped us make better decisions at Build Better. That's the first version of Personas. I'll talk to you later. Bye.